The coin market cap is used to summarize everything that is said in this movie. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my station to get more XRP news and news about cryptocurrencies in general. Look at this now. Gensler will pull Biden out of the race. A lot of people in the Bitcoin world have been paying attention to the heated court case between the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple for a long time now, says James Hu, CEO of Ripple. But Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, has been in the news for his sharp answer to Gary Gensler's recent comments. Gensler is the chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission. There have been reports that Gensler said that the big names in cryptography from a few years ago are either in jail, about to go to jail, or ready to be extradited. The CEO of Ripple has criticized the chair of the SEC. He said that the American people are not getting the right information about the Securities and Exchange Commission's view on cryptocurrency that they are legally entitled to and need. Garlinghouse went to X to tell him he wasn't happy. It was said by him that this is totally false information coming from Gary Gensler. In this lie, he also said that all crypto leaders should go to jail. This came from someone who missed FTS and hung out with SBF. The person who wasn't even invited to the news that the Department of Justice was making about Binance. In an interview, the CEO of Ripple said that he would have been fired a long time ago if he was working for the American people, as he says. He said something important in which he seemed to imply that Gensler would be the reason Biden lost the fight. The SEC is being looked into again. A lawsuit that was made in the state of California is another reason why Garlinghouse is being looked into. He is accused in this lawsuit of selling millions of tokens while making false claims about his faith in XRP at the same time. Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission have been in a long-running court battle. This case is about to go to trial, which will make things even worse between the two sides. The hard feelings that Garlinghouse had in response to Gensler's words show that there is still trouble between government agencies and the Bitcoin business. Although Gensler has said some negative things about the cryptocurrency business, it shows that the SEC believes that strict rules are needed to protect investors. Gensler says that there is a lot of non-compliance in the business. Based on what Garlinghouse said, it looks like the SEC's moves could have effects on politics all over the country. By making a link between Gensler's regulatory approach and the possible political problems President Biden may face, Garlinghouse and Cuban bring to light a major point of disagreement in the ongoing debate about how to regulate cryptocurrencies in the United States. The value of XRP, Ripple's own cryptocurrency, has gone down by 12% in the last 30 days. The price of XRP is currently 471 cents on average at the time this article was written. The overall amount of money traded in a day has gone down by $16 million to 867 million cents. Congressman Matt Gaetz has also put forward a bill that would let people pay their federal income taxes with Bitcoin. This is meant to support both new ideas and better use of resources. It is required by the bill that the Treasury build a system so that Bitcoin can be accepted and quickly changed into dollars after a transaction. A Republican congressman named Matt Gaetz is introducing a bill that would let people in the United States pay their federal income taxes with Bitcoin. In the United States, this legislative move is meant to make the financial system more efficient and to encourage new ideas. Gaetz has suggested legislation that would change the Internal Revenue Code of 1986. This is being thought about as part of the measure. In order for Bitcoin to be accepted as a valid form of payment for federal taxes, the Treasury Secretary needs to set up the necessary rules. In his speech, Gaetz said that this change will give taxpayers more flexibility with their tax obligations and will ensure that the U.S. stays at the forefront of technology progress. This means that the Treasury Department doesn't have to make rules about how Bitcoin funds can be accepted. One rule that would be part of these rules is that Bitcoin amounts received after transactions must be quickly changed into their equal amounts in dollars. With this process, tax problems should be solved without the need for any financial agents with ties to El Salvador. After his recent trip to El Salvador to see President Nayib Bukele's second inauguration, Gaetz said he wants to ask her to marry him. It is worth noting that El Salvador was the first country to officially accept Bitcoin as a form of money. The way El Salvador handles digital currencies could teach the United States of America a lot about how to handle them in their own country, according to Gaetz. The congressman, who is known for having a close friendship with former President Donald Trump, said he was happy with Trump's stance on Bitcoin. Trump has promised to support the growth and development of digital currencies in the United States, so he is questioning the rules that President Joe Biden put in place for cryptocurrencies. There are some states in the U.S., like New Jersey, Kentucky, and Colorado, that have started the process of putting in place their own crypto tax laws. This will allow people to pay their state taxes with cryptocurrency. Bitcoin will be officially accepted as a way to pay for federal income taxes, which is one of the plans of Gaetz to bring the federal tax system up to date. The Internal Revenue Service is now in charge of making sure that all trades involving digital assets are reported. and that taxes are paid on any profits or income that comes from cryptocurrency. With Gates's bill, this would be made even bigger, and people would be able to pay their federal taxes straight with Bitcoin. If Gates's plan were to become law, it would be a big step toward integrating cryptocurrencies into the regular money system. By giving taxpayers another way to pay, the move could make digital currencies more widely used. People in the business and the public will likely pay a lot of attention to this legislative action, especially how it will affect the constantly changing rules that apply to cryptocurrencies. What the Bitcoin market is like at the moment this piece is being written. Bitcoin's value has gone up since it dropped to $58,400 earlier this week. It is now selling at $61,551, up 24 hours. In the months that followed, the value of the coin went up by more than 2%. A lot of people will be interested in how the market responds to Gates' plan and what effects it might have on Bitcoin's value and popularity. The House of Representatives recently passed FIT21, a regulatory framework bill that would give full control of cryptocurrency trade to either the Securities and Exchange Commission (CC) or the Commodity Futures Trade Commission (CF). This information comes from that. The purpose of this bill is to trade a clear way to tell if a digital object is a commodity or a security. The main thing that is stopping the growth of the business in the United States is being taken care of by this measure. The information given is not meant to be taken as trade advice. Any purchases made based on the information on this page are not the responsibility of the people who made them.